Hello and welcome, my name is Victor and today I'm standing here with two teammates. On my right I have
Anton Persson.
And on my left I have
Karl.
And today we're gonna try out the new, the prototype DD3 from Discmania. Let's check it out. So, let's just start to talk a bit about the plastic. Guys, what do you think? Kalle?
This plastic is probably more grippy than the original Discmania C line. When you pop it like this, you can feel it's a bit stiff, but still firm. Great grip for a premium plastic disc.
Yes. Anton, you have something to say?
Yeah, I like the plastic. It's a bit harder than the plastic I use. I use the Latitude, so it's a bit harder than the Opto line and a bit softer than the Opto X. So it's like in the middle of those two. Makes for good grip and probably takes a long time to play it in as well. So it will hold for a while.
Yeah, great. I have almost nothing else to add to that. As Anton said, it's a bit harder than the Opto line and a bit softer than Opto X. But we're gonna do a little bit of comparison to the Opto X Ballista Pro soon. So when I throw the disc on Heist line, it wasn't almost even close to flip up. It held the Heist line all the way and quickly ended up to the left. So at the moment, this disc is not a distance disc for me. It's an overstable distance driver.
I totally agree with that. It's very overstable. I feel like if I need this to push over from Heiser to flat, I'll need one terrible of a wind gust to get it up. It's very overstable for me when I throw it Heiser.
When released on a Heiser angle, it holds a bit for me at least, and then it fades. I used to throw Discraft discs, and this is like a prototype Kong, or the Zeus, that is the name for now. But pretty much holding the line for a while, and then dumping.
And on a flat line, it almost acted the same as a Heist line for me. It carried just a little slightly farther, but the overstability kicks in and takes the disc to the left. So it's really overstable for me.
Yeah, I totally agree. When it throws flat, it goes flat for a while, and it turns over and starts to fade. Not turns over, that's the opposite. It starts to fade. I think it might hold it better if you have a bit more arm speed than I do. I don't think I can push it up to the speed it requires, but for the arm I have, I could definitely find use for it. But as he said, if I can always trust this on flat, it will never turn over, which is also a nice feature sometimes.
Yes.
Pretty much nothing to add. It feels like this disc overall is pretty slow out of the hand. So giving the disc the speed it needs to fly is pretty hard, actually. When released on Anheuser, this disc pushes the distance pretty well, I guess. But still you have to give it a lot of angle. When you release it like this, it pops up flat and then fades pretty quickly. But if you release it like this, or even a more angle, you can still see it get pushed by the wind, and get pretty much distance.
Yeah.
I couldn't really throw it well on Anheuser. I have a hard time. The disc for me, it's not deeper, as we said, than a normal disc, but it feels deeper, so I had a hard time pushing down the nose angle on the Anheuser. So I couldn't really push the distance out of it either. I think it might work out if I had a little bit more arm speed as well, but for me the Anheuser got more distance than the Heiser on the flat release because it kind of holds it a little bit, but for me I couldn't really make it work, so I don't really think I can give it a full review on the Anheuser, but I did kind of like to throw it. I could always trust it to come back.
Yeah, exactly. I like those discs when you always can trust the disc to come back, even when the wind is blowing brutally and so on. So it's a really overstable disc. We actually talked a bit about it, what we could compare it to, and Anton actually brought up his Ballista Opto X. And we also did some shots where all of us three throw both of the disc, and the flight characteristics were quite similar. Yeah.
It's a bit softer than the Opto X, but they kind of flew the same. The difference is the Opto X had a bit less glide, so when you threw them out, Ballista X dropped the angle quicker and then turned off. So they both flew the same, just the Ballista faded earlier. So it's kind of the same disc, but you can't really get as far from me. I guess I could trust the Ballista Pro more to go left, as it's a little bit more overstable, but definitely by a small margin.
Yes.
When this disc fades, it's like this have a little more push forward, while still fading. This is more like when it starts to fade, it's like it stalls and then just fades left and getting no more distance.
Sweet. So, is the new DD3 a new Opto X Ballista Pro? I don't know. So, we do recommend it if you want a overstable distance driver. The DD3 is that disc. I hope you enjoyed the video and got all the answers you were looking for. If you have any questions about the disc or about me, just leave your questions in the comment section below and I'll try to answer it as soon as possible. Link to Karl's and Anton's Instagrams, you can find them in the description, and you can also find them right here, and mine as well. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.